Alrighty, welcome. This is for Marketing 305. This is for the winter session 2020. Please forgive me for doing this from my garage. This is the only place I actually have to do this without my kids jumping all over the place. I got other people to leave my house, so forth and so on, but it will be brief as I will begin to share my screen with you guys. So what I wanted to share with you guys is what's going on Blackboard. And let me go ahead and back out of that so you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see that. We'll be in either section 71 or 74. Both of them are the same not the same section, but essentially identical classes. So either one is video can serve you guys in either section. But just for this example, we're going to use section 71. And once you click on 71, you'll see that you have a few different options. You have Start Here, which is the page you'll actually start on. Here you'll find instructions on connecting to connect. You also have the course syllabus, which we'll go over briefly. And then you'll have some of the things that we talk about in here. So it has just a brief description of myself, how I respond in terms of the communication, what's expected in terms of the content, and then there's write-ups on other stuff as well, the weekly discussion as well as the course project, which are the most important pieces. You'll also have a final as well as a midterm. Both of those dates are in your syllabus. Everything's subject to change, so just in case, we may modify some dates. I just want to let you guys know that. So what we'll start off is, once you go through each one of these, let's go through the syllabus. Let's just go ahead and click on that. Then it'll come up, course description, see the written objectives, but this is probably the most important part right here that I wanted you guys to learn. Let's go back up. Office hours are by appointment only. Let me know when you want to meet. I met with the student earlier. I'm pretty flexible in that sense. I do teach some classes in person, and I also have a couple businesses that I run. Definitely not my garage. So I am available at certain times. You just got to let me know when you guys would like to actually speak. This is a typo. This would be actually winter quarter 2020. So forgive me for that. I wanted to point that out first and foremost. But you'll see that you'll learn written communication skills, global context skills, which meaning that you'll know how markets work globally, problem solving skills, ethical reasoning skills, as well as general specific disciplinary knowledge and knowledgeable skills. Prerequisite is that you need to be a junior standing. The textbook is Karen Marketing Edition 14. You will have immediate access provided by the department. It is not free. I want to reiterate that. If you do not opt out by January 27th, if you drop the class, you will be charged the $60. So the book is cheaper. If you don't actually go purchase through the bookstore, try to rent it or anything, you can actually get a really good deal going through Connect for $60 and have access to the course as well. So make sure that if you guys are going to drop the class, that you have that opt-out option. Karen, this is where you'll see what the book actually looks like. It's the blue one. Make sure you don't get 13. These are important dates. Again, I reiterate showing you how to actually get to your course from Blackboard. Course strategy, you guys can read through that. Student responsibilities, review your assigned readings. No late work. I'm not accepting any late work. None, zero. So it's just my policy. I don't want to hear about it. Turn it in during the time. You guys have plenty of time. You have a week for each one of your assignments to do. Make sure that you pay attention to the due dates. No late work. It's noted in here. No late work, no exceptions, no excuses. You'll see that the homework, everything is about 20%. So if you do neglect something, just realize that you'll get a B. That's given if you get a perfect score on everything else from that point. Discussion forums, you have 10 of them, worth 20 points apiece. In each one of the discussion forums, you need to not only answer the prompt, which means the question, you also need to respond to another student. This is taking the place of our interaction in class. So you need to make sure that you're participating. If you only respond to a student, or if you only respond to me, you will only get 10 points. This is your only warning. This is not a threat or anything. I just want to let you guys know. Make sure you guys review this video as many times as you need to. Course projects worth 20% or 200 points. Midterm exam, 200 points, and your finals worth 200 points. This is the grading scale. So between 921 points and 1,000, you can receive an A. I do offer extra credit points. Some extra credit will be available coming, I believe, at the end of this month, January 21st, or around that time. You guys can take a look in your schedule. It will be in Blackboard, but it's in the form of a simulation game. So you will need to participate in the simulation game, all of the rounds, in order to get the 50 points, which is significant. See, everything else, homework. Each chapter will have not only activities, but you also need to complete the questions and learn smart. So that's the part of the book where you have an ebook. You go through each part and it asks you questions at the end of each chapter. So make sure that you answer those questions or you will not receive the credit for Learn Smart. Keep that in mind. Learn Smart, as well as your homework assignments, is all of your homework. Discussion forum, I just covered that. Course project. So you guys need to actually have a company. You're basically going to do a marketing report on a company, SWOT analysis, the marketing mix, and also competitive information, just the overall marketing report on a company. You'll be selecting a brand. You guys can actually read through this at your leisure, but you and your group need to get together as soon as possible and determine what you guys are going to actually work on. So I'll show you guys how to get to groups in a minute once we finish this syllabus. After each group is formed, you guys will study. You guys can divide the responsibility amongst the group. SWOT analysis is done at the end. So whoever has a SWOT analysis, make sure that you understand your work is completed at the end of the cycle, because you can't do a SWOT analysis without the other information. So make sure that you understand that. You understand you'll cover target market, and we'll go into more details. We'll have meetings throughout the semester talking about your group work. This is the format. I believe it is an MLA format, so make sure that you guys do that. It is going to be due March 8th, 2020. No exceptions, no late. 11:59. There will be a submission on there. Note on the course, contact me. This is regular participation in exams. And this is the schedule. So make sure that you guys take a note of that and read the syllabus at your leisure. Let me go ahead and close out of that so we can get back to the course in Blackboard. So I went over all those things, and now what I want to show you guys is where you actually get to your groups. So you guys get to groups by going down to users and groups. You'll go down here, click groups. If you'll see, it's over here. And each one of you guys has been already assigned to a group, and this is where you actually see the group. You could open your group, you can look at it. So I'll just try with group one. Forgive me putting your names out there, but so be it, so forth. You guys can see this. You can email your group. You can send a group email. How you send a group email, you'll click down here in your group tools. If you need to communicate and if somebody needs to initiate the initial conversation, so make sure that somebody does do that. You will select all, move them over here, or select whoever you want to send the email to, and you will send it out, right? And they'll receive it. So you guys can communicate, create external tools if you like, whatever floats your boat. The content, which is the most important part, is in your content homework right here. It already has the dates and assignments in here. Learn Smart. When is it due? January 12th. So your first assignment you guys have due January 12th, right? 2 chapters actually. So you have 4 different assignments due on January 12th. We cover 2 chapters per week. If that makes sense, you guys, about 20 chapters in the exam and the book. And the first midterm exam will cover, and you'll see that date. The date is February 14th for the first midterm exam, and it will cover chapters 1 through 10. I do a review, so stay tuned on that. It's usually the day, 2 days before the exam. I'll send it out in email and let you guys know that I'll be doing it via Zoom. We'll go over each one of those questions, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you attend that review session. And this is where the discussions are taking place. So you'll go in here and you'll find your discussion. Weekly discussion forum is right here. Click on that. And you'll find that week's discussions, which is week 1. You've seen it. So far, I don't have any replies, but you can see the response, the prompts right here. And this is where you would click reply, and you will reply to me. Once you do your reply, if someone has already submitted a comment, you can comment on their comment, right? Reply to their comment. But if not, just wait, be patient, and come back and revisit and see if someone has left a comment or not. So tools, is where you'll access your actual content for connect. You go here, you can go to my content section. This is what it looks like for me, so it may look like something a little bit different for you. But once you get to McGraw-Hill, and I'll show you what your student view would look like, this is what it will look like. You can see all the chapters already laid out in here, and the extra credit is down here. Let's see where it is. Oh, I might have not have given it to you guys just yet, but the extra credit will be down at the bottom as well, so you guys can take a look at that. But you can rent the book. There's a few different things you can do. You can send me a message on here. There's a few different things you guys can do. On the back end, you can look at where you stand, your classes, your results. You can kind of see what the results are of your homework and kind of see where you are. But yeah, so take a look at that when you guys have a moment. And I think that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to cover that I haven't covered. We'll talk more about, I'll do another video on you guys for you guys on your actual project. So stay tuned for that. But I think that will cover the introduction to get you guys going. Stay tuned for an announcement for the actual link to connect to the class. If you've had trouble connecting to the class, send me an email. I'll go ahead and respond with the link so that you can get right there. Other than that, have a wonderful evening. Let me go ahead and pull this back up. Stop sharing the screen with you guys. Let me see if there's anything else I missed. Group project. So you guys will have, where you're going to submit your group project will be on here on the content side. So there'll be something right down here at the bottom under final chapters where you could submit your actual group project. So look for that as well. All righty. So without any further ado, I bid you guys farewell. Have a wonderful evening. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'll see you guys soon. So stay tuned. You guys will be meeting with me just really quick. You guys will be meeting with me, not individually, but with the group. We'll try to come up with a date. I'll give you guys a few options to where you guys will need to meet with me and inform me about the group's progress. I still expect those, the submissions, and I'll give you guys a place to submit those as well online on Blackboard so that you can submit your actual assignment for, or the name of your actual topic. Sounds good? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Evening.